We're going to have a more mature topic. Today we're going to talk about toy saturation and how it works. You might not know what saturation is. Just a heads up, saturation is when you buy a lot of something and it gets to the point where you don't want it anymore because, you get tired of it. So that is the main thing of saturation. So that's how it works a little bit. But to go more into detail about what saturation is that it is... let me explain it a little bit more. Okay, take over, Lonely Shark. Okay, so saturation, it's one of those things where when you get your first something, let's say you get your first doll of some kind. Say you get your first Poopsie slime, like Amethyst here, but after a while, you get to the point where you're trying to collect them all, and you're not cheating or anything, and you end up with 20 of them, and you're like, well, maybe by then you need to get them all, but end up with a whole bunch of them, and you're like, I think I've hit my saturation point. So it's kind of like, with blind bags, though, it is a little bit higher. It's about 100 items. So if you buy 100 blind bags, you usually hit that saturation. And at that point, you don't want that many more. It doesn't mean that you'll never want another one. It just means that you're going to be a little bit more picky about what you buy. So, yeah. I believe that the saturation point for blind bags, it applies to all blind bags. So once you get like 100 of blind bags, and you're not very likely to buy many more. But you'll still get something if it seems interesting to you. Yeah, that's the thing. Saturation isn't permanent. If you see something that is interesting to you, you'll still go out and get it. It's just you're going to be less interested in stuff that doesn't apply much to you. If it's not your thing, you're not going to be tempted by it. Yeah, saturation, that's part of the thing. When you get saturation, it's almost like you're forming your own taste. So it's like you have taste, and you decide what you want to get and what you don't. When kids are first starting out, they don't always have taste on what they want and what they don't. And YouTubers do take advantage of that, and they market products to kids that are 4 and under that don't have their taste yet. So that is something that we've noticed. That saturation doesn't apply to younger kids. It mostly applies to kids that are older and have had a lot of toys already. Yeah, so if you haven't had that many toys already, you're probably not going to worry about this yet. Yep, saturation. Let's talk a little bit more about this. Yeah, so once you've hit that saturation, like Kimber said, it's not permanent. You could still get something new once in a while, but you're not going to be just buying any old thing. You're going to really have your taste down, and you're going to know what you're going to like, and you're going to go for that. Yeah. And you're going to go for things that are interesting to you. You're not going to just buy stuff because it's there. And this is different for everyone. But for the average person, it's about 30 regular toys and 100 of a blind bag. At first I thought it was 100 of just blind bags in general, but I think it's 100 of each blind bag. But yeah, saturation is an interesting topic because you don't know, because it varies from person to person. You don't know what your own saturation point is until you've actually hit it. For Kimber, what is yours? Saturation point? Mine's about 500. Mine's about 100. See, it varies between people. How many toys that you'll buy before you get bored and you don't want to just buy any old thing. But it varies also depending on the brand that you're purchasing. Every brand has different appeal to each people. Each person has different appeal to different things. So for some people, it may even just be one thing, you know. If it's not your thing, you might just buy one to try it and you're like, it's not my thing. And then you don't buy it anymore. And that's really okay. It's really okay. But knowing your taste will stop you from buying things that you have no interest in. And it will help you in the long run because you'll have money to buy things that you are interested in. So it's important to know your taste. Yep, knowing your taste will help you figure out what you want to purchase and what you don't want to purchase. And it'll help you narrow down what you really want and what you don't. And that way you don't get caught up in all the craziness of buying everything that's out. You know what you want. Yep, you know what you want. And that's a good thing. Yep, so saturation isn't all bad. It sounds bad when you think about it, because it sounds like you're getting bored of stuff and you're not going to be buying it anymore, but that's not always the case. When you want something, you want something, but when you don't, you don't. And a lot of times it's better to know what you want and what you don't. That way you're not disappointed, or you're not thinking that you wasted your money or your parents' money, and then they can't get you the stuff that you actually want because you wasted money on stuff that you didn't want. Yeah, that's the thing. We only have so much money, so we got to watch what we buy, and we can't get caught up in every trend that's out. So I hope this helps you guys. And make sure to like and subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you'll be told about all of our new videos. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and make sure to keep in mind that saturation is about you. It's not really about the toy companies. They don't know what your saturation point is. Only you do. So that is all about your decision about what you want to purchase. Yep. And it doesn't matter if you have a low or a high one. All that matters is that you're doing what you feel is right. Yep. Buy what you like. That is my opinion on this. Whether you've hit saturation or not, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't realize it, you are making decisions. And that is a part of growing up. And it's a wonderful part of growing up. Isn't it, Kimber? Yep, it's a wonderful part of growing up is developing your taste. So make sure to know what you like and what you don't. And if you don't know what you like yet, you can experiment. But you'll learn as time goes on. Bye, everyone.